Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, a heart from Heartless. There are a couple reasons I like Ansem, but let's get quick and let's get specific. He has 5 main factors: a great design, fantastic mystery, a wonderful sense of fear around him, a great relationship with Riku, and a great conclusion. And honestly, he only has one weakness that I'll address later. The primary thing we have to address is that amazing design. This design stands so well in contrast with the original game specifically. All of our characters are teenagers at best, yet there's this full-grown imposing man covered in this dark, almost otherworldly attire, which works perfectly for what he is, a being from another world that's beyond the sense of being due to the fact that he's a Heartless. And also, his design ties perfectly into what he actually is, which is a spawn of someone else, which works very, very well in retrospect in comparison to the first game. The second thing that Ansem brings in spades is a great sense of mystery, as we, to this day, don't really fully understand Ansem. Ansem is a unique case. Heartless have never taken form like that since or before Ansem. He was the first humanoid Heartless that was sentient, had its own will, its own thought, its own beliefs, and at the same time could still be controlled. It's an interesting dichotomy, it's an interesting sense of mystery that follows Ansem everywhere he goes, and it's really, really hard to top that because it honestly hasn't been topped in the series in comparison to any other Heartless. Ansem's like a nobody that still had its heart in the form of Xehanort. And that's really interesting to look at and think about in comparison to every other Heartless we've ever seen in the entire series. Then, for the great fear, Ansem was terrifying, mainly because we didn't understand what he was. In the first game, he was nothing more than a man in a hood, until the very end when he took over Riku and revealed his true form. But even then, we still aren't exactly sure how he did that. He's one of the few hearts that moves through time, not just like that, but actively possesses people with no Keyblade. And it's honestly a bit terrifying to think about because it makes you wonder how many other hearts can do that within the Kingdom Hearts world. It's just weird to think about when you're looking at Ansem as a whole. And if you want to talk about something truly amazing, it's that tie-in with Riku. Riku and Ansem are two sides of the same coin purely by chance. Riku was a strong vessel for Ansem, and Ansem was a strong source of power and a link to the outside world for Riku. And thusly, the two have been intertwined ever since the beginning of KH1. And that's impressive that lasted so long. 17 years of these two battling it out on the inside and on the outside. From Kingdom Hearts 1 to Chain of Memories, all the way up to Kingdom Hearts 3. And final thing to talk about is that conclusion. The conclusion of Ansem is amazing, because he admits that despite the fact that he was losing, despite the fact that he was disappearing, it didn't really matter to him. He was actually a bit happy that he did so much, and he was so much with Riku, and he's proud to see that Riku overcame every darkness that could ever infest his heart. And that's honestly really amazing for a character like him who's so steeped in darkness. And honestly, Ansem's only weakness is that he's Riku's main antagonist and not Sora's. Honestly, we could not get more of him. And it's a sad state of affairs, but it happens to every single villain that sadly isn't the main character's direct opposite. But regardless, Ansem overall is an amazing character with a wonderful past, fantastic interactions, an amazing design, a wonderful voice. Everything about Ansem is the culmination of so many great design prospects merged into one, creating something that shouldn't have existed as well as it did. But hey, Ansem truly is a heart from the Heartless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.